I was relatively looking forward to the Twits. I hadn't really heard anything about it. I hadn't read any reviews, so I went in with an open mind. And I can say that it's okay. I don't think it met its full potential. I don't think the animation is as attractive as it thinks it is. But in general, there are some things about this that I can praise. The film was released in 2025. It's directed by Todd DeMong, Phil Johnston, and Katie Shanahan. It's written by Phil Johnston and Meg Favreau, based, of course, on the story by Roald Dahl. And we have a pretty strong voice cast, including Johnny Vegas, Emilia Clarke, Margo Martindale, and various others. The voice acting is absolutely fine. I think the voices fit the characters. Absolutely no problems with any of that at all. I'll get in with the narrative in a moment, but the animation style, first of all, is okay, but the colour palette is really hideous. It is really ugly to look at. I really did not find it to be a satisfying experience. So I think the animation could have been so much more engaging, so much more interesting. It's not that it's badly animated, but again, I don't think the animation quality met its full potential. I think it could have looked so much better. So I didn't love that aspect. With regards to the narrative, I can't remember when I read the Twits. I have read it, but with that in mind, I can't say exactly how it compares to the book. Wikipedia says that it is loosely based on Roald Dahl's story, so I can't comment on the adaptation quality or whether it is very loosely based. If you have any thoughts on that, please feel free to share. But the story is about Mr. and Mrs. Twit, who are horrible people, and they own an amusement park. And two children, two orphans, which I'll talk about in a moment, want to prank the Twits and try and bring them down from their position of power. And the narrative seemed like it could be quite good fun for children. It sounded like it would be silly fun with some strong messages about kindness and, well, not being a twit. And yeah, I think it delivered. I do think, while I wouldn't say it's a children's film, I would say it's a family film. I think it could appeal to anybody of any age. I do think that some aspects feel more like a children's film, so it's kind of in the middle there. But certainly, if you're an older viewer looking to watch it, I'd say, yeah, give it a go. It's not completely a children's film, but certain aspects might appeal more to younger viewers. The narrative is delivered fine, but I didn't think it was that engaging. I just, maybe more so in terms of personal taste and personal preference, I didn't think the narrative was that interesting. But there were also scenes where I just thought, this isn't that great as a story. And then there were some scenes that were actually pretty well executed and not that bad. So the story is okay. The characters are likable, certainly the children. The fact that they're orphans, which I'm going to assume is in the book as well, but I honestly have no idea. I can't remember. It gives it an emotional angle on a couple of occasions, which I think worked quite well. I didn't particularly get overly emotional at it, but they tried to give it a bit more substance, to make the children more well rounded, to give them more character, to make their journeys more moving and meaningful. And I think, yeah, they didn't do a bad job with that at all. So it's a very creative film. It's a very creative story. The characters are well enough written. The voice acting is very, very good. The animation style is fine, but it didn't meet its full potential. I do think it's slightly more of a children's film, but ultimately one for the whole family, depending on your tastes. The narrative doesn't really appeal to me on a personal level, but at the same time, I do appreciate the creativity. So I think it could have been more engaging if the animation was better. Some of the scenes I don't think were that interesting, but there were moments when it was not too bad. The music is lovely. To end on a positive note, the music for this is so brilliant. The music is fantastic. So The Twits is an okay film. It's not amazing. It didn't meet its potential, but as a story, it works well enough. The voice acting is good and the music is fabulous. Do I recommend it? I guess so. If you're curious, check it out, see what you think. I didn't love it, but I certainly don't regret the time I spent watching it.